It's Friday night, it's 7 p.m. That means it's time for the Paul and Nikki Show. I am not Nikki New.
And I am not Paul Lyndon Birtwell.
But this is the Paul and Nikki Show. Welcome to the Paul and Nikki Show.
Yeah, lovely to have
a wonderful,
you here.
wonderful time tonight. It's Friday night, 7 p.m. This is time for the Paul and Nikki Show. I'm going to tell you what we've got lined up tonight. We have got... What have we got? We got it on here somewhere. Yes. Yes.
What's been
We have
going
got
on in your lives?
freaky facts coming up. We've got liar, pants on fire. We got nutty news.
Stories.
Yeah, we've got Holy Ghost gossip. And we also have the pie face challenge where one of us, either Nikki New or myself, will get a custard pie in the face, okay? It's going to be Nikki. Just watch. So, Nikki, what have you been up to during this lockdown?
So I've been having lots and lots of fun looking after my lovely family. My little boy Joshua, who's 9 months old now, love him to bits.
9,
he's absolutely gorgeous. He's not turned 9; he's 9 months.
9 months?
Yeah, not yet. But he could be pushing 9 years. Anyway, and yes, looking after my lovely family and been doing lots of gardening, going for lots of walks, lots of cooking, lots of reading, and
keeping your social distancing in place.
Yes, keeping the social distancing like we're doing now.
Yeah.
And it's been nice. It's been good. Nice bit of time with family, catching up and stuff like that. It's been good. What about yourself?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I've been exercising a lot, doing my weights. I've been doing some fasting, some intermittent fasting, just to lose a few pounds. I've lost 1.5 stone in 5 weeks.
And I probably gained 1.5 stone in 5 weeks.
And last week we watched some good films. We watched, do you remember the old Mummy series with Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
So we watched
they are good,
there's this charity shop in the town where I live. Yeah. And you can go in there and with a plastic carrier bag, you can fill that carrier bag up for £1.
I know.
With as many DVDs and the CDs as you want. If you can fill that bag, £1. And so we found the original Mummy with Brendan Fraser, Mummy Returns, and The Scorpion King, which is the third film. So 3 very funny, fantastic films, all for under £1. It's incredible.
Amazing.
So that's what we've been up to.
Very good.
So I've been keeping busy, getting out lots of walks and exercise every day, doing a bit of weight training. And just spending time with my family. It's really nice just to spend time with my family. That obviously my boys aren't at school. My wife, she works kind of on site. So it's nice to spend time with family. So what would you say then, just changing the subject slightly, what would you say is one of your all-time favourite films then?
I mean, I know there's going to be loads because we both love films. I love my films. I'd find it hard to say one all-time favourite. But
yeah, well, I love kind of Rocky. I love Back to the Future. I love... Rambo, Predator. Rambo. I was raised on these old kind of fashioned action movie films, so I love anything to do with Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so I would say that's definitely one of my favourite films. Yeah. What about you?
Awesome, Arnie. Yeah, I'd say the same. I'd say Arnie, Rambo. I'm just, I'm not normally a sci-fi fan, but my husband is kind of getting me into a little bit of sci-fi, so a little bit of aliens at the moment, which I'm actually shocked at because I never used to be fussed on them whatsoever. But now, they're not bad. But still, of course, my all-time favourites are things like, Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze, awesome film. Yeah. Predator, like you say, Rambo, Rocky, all of those things. Brilliant films. Adam Sandler films are great.
Adam Sandler,
for fun.
classic
Adam
comedian,
Sandler
brilliant. Love Sandler.
And old ones like with what's it called with the? Do you know what? It's totally gone out of my head.
Have you ever watched The Money Pit? With
Tom
Hanks?
No,
where the house is falling
down.
It's very good. We watched that the other week as well, so that's really good.
Cool.
So that's really
Brewster's
good.
Millions.
Brewster's Millions, yes.
That's
Richard Pryor, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to spend so much by a certain time, otherwise he doesn't own the whole inheritance.
Who's the other
Gene Wilder. I love Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Like See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. And I love the Eddie Murphy films. I mean, you could go on and on and on, couldn't you? There's so many brilliant films. It's definitely best is from the 80s.
Definitely. I'll tell you what, viewers, you send us some comments and let us know below what your favourite movies are and what you've been doing during this lockdown period. We're now going to go on to some freaky facts. Some facts that you may or may not have heard before, but they're pretty freaky. So, Nikki, we're going to take this in turns. You share some freaky facts with us.
Weird. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say mine is specifically freaky, but I just thought this was quite interesting. It said, in ancient Greece and Rome, doctors used spider webs to make bandages for their patients. Oh. Spider webs supposedly have natural antiseptic and antifungal properties, which can help keep wounds clean and prevent infection. Isn't that amazing?
Would you enjoy that, viewers? Maybe you cut your lip and they got to wrap your lip up with spider's web.
Spider's web from Spider-Man. Yay! Go see Mr. Marvel.
Okay, so here's a freaky fact for you. Okay, in 1518, there was a month-long plague in Strasbourg called dance fever. Where you believe this or not, for a whole month, hundreds of people couldn't stop dancing for a whole month in Strasbourg.
Really?
Yeah, and many of them died. They couldn't stop dancing, and they actually dropped dead because that's dance fever.
Really?
I've seen dance fever on you a few times.
Oh right, wow,
yes,
yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
I've seen Nikki with a dance fever. Well, maybe we should open this up to a competition for our viewers.
Definitely.
Do you viewers have dance fever? If you have dance fever, I encourage you to send in a 20-second video clip of your best dance moves. And if you do this, we're going to put it on later shows. We're going to show you to the world.
Wow.
Show your dance moves.
Come along then, Kimmy.
It can be as good as you want or as crazy as you want. Send that 20-second video clip into us at the Paul and Nikki Show, and we will put it
that'd be cool to see.
on air, and the whole world will get to see your dance moves. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
do you have another freaky
brilliant.
fact for us?
Another freaky. Not so much freaky. I say, okay, we'll go through this one. If you thought it was impressive that humans can make it to the top of Mount Everest, you'll be stunned to find out that bumblebees can make it to the summit too. Wow. Researchers who tracked two bees that were able to fly at more than 29,525 feet admitted that they were shocked at how high they could fly.
There we
It's an interesting fact, more than the
Interesting,
freaky.
not
Yours are the
freaky.
freaky, mine's the interesting.
It'd be freaky if you just climb Mount Everest, you get all the way to the top, and then you get stung by a
All
bumblebee.
these bees.
That would be freaky. It's a big beehive up there.
Wouldn't be so good if you were allergic.
And they spell out, "We were here first," or something like that. Okay, here's another freaky fact. Okay, it was, I think his name's Sigurd, Sigurd. If I'm wrong, please email in and let me know. Sigurd the Mighty was a 9th century Norse Earl of Orkney, and he was killed by an enemy he had beheaded several hours earlier. And what he had done, he beheaded his enemy, he took his head and attached it to his horse's saddle, and as he was riding along, the tooth of the man who he had beheaded scratched his leg, and then he died later of an infection.
Oh, wow.
So how crazy is that? The man he beheaded actually ended up killing him with a tooth infection in his leg.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Talk about revenge. Talk about you got him back, didn't he? Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. No way.
Right,
be careful of people's teeth then and stuff.
Absolutely, yes.
I don't know.
Social distancing.
Yeah,
that's why it's important, folks. Watch out for people's gums.
Do I have anything else? Okay, so I've got here The Terminator, which is one of my husband's favourite films.
I'll be back.
It is a good film, to be fair. It's not one of my favourite Arnie ones. My favourite is still The Predator, definitely. But The Terminator 1 and 2,
after
1
that,
and 2, yeah,
don't bother watching
exactly.
them,
Yeah.
Number 1 and 2.
But yeah, they are good. Starring, of course, Arnie, as you know. Earned a worldwide $78.3 million at the box office in 1984, a year before I was born, 1984. As it went on, the franchise took over $1.4 billion. Not bad for a movie whose rights sold for $1.
Wow, $1.
Wow.
I've got one more freaky fact. Okay, I've got many freaky facts. I'm going to just choose one. Did you know that the largest snowflake ever recorded measured 15 inches across?
Wow.
That's kind of
no way.
ruler's that, isn't it? So it's got to be about that sort of size.
Wow.
Imagine snowflakes coming down this big. How amazing would that look at Christmas?
That would be amazing.
It'd be absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next segment, which is Liar Liar.
Oh, here we go.
Pants
here we
on
go.
fire.
Oh, no.
Okay, the idea of this game, this challenge, I'm going to share 2 stories from my life. One of them is absolutely true. The other story is absolutely false. And Nikki has 3 questions for each story. and she has to discover, she has no idea which is true and which is false. She has to discover which story is true and which story is false. So I'm going to share 2 stories with you now.
Right, go
Okay,
ahead.
you ready?
Yeah. No pressure.
Okay, no pressure. Okay. So story number 1, when I was in my early 20s, I worked for a well-known insurance company. But working for an insurance company could get pretty boring from time to time. And downstairs there was a vending machine full of Coca-Cola cans and nice chocolate bars and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And so me and my friend, we decided around about 11 o'clock each morning to go down to the vending machine to get some snacks. And one day as we were walking down the stairwell, either I challenged him or he challenged me to swing down the stairs. And this is something that we've done before.
Yes, it is,
Okay,
yeah.
and basically this is to jump a whole flight of stairs by simply putting your hands on the banister and just allowing your whole body to swing, and you jump from one to the other. And we challenged each other to go right from the top of the building all the way
You must
down.
have been bored.
We were very bored, and so we did that. When my friend told somebody else, they said, I'll come with you at 11 o'clock as well. So then there were 3 of us. Within the space of the next few weeks, it was more than 3 of us. There's about 10 of us now going right to the top of the building at 11 a.m. every morning, and we were swinging down all of the flights of stairs down to the vending machine. This caught on, and we called it the Swing Club, not to be confused with the other type of swing.
Yeah, I
okay?
was just-
We called it the Swing Club at 11 a.m. People were to meet, and we sent out emails as well to certain individuals in the insurance company to meet in the stairwell at 11 a.m. to swing down the stairs. And in the end, we had about 15 people who were swinging all the way down the building at 11 a.m. down to the canteen. And the managers became so confused because at 11 a.m. every morning, like the floor would disappear. And the managers and supervisors didn't know where everybody had gone. And so they began to
Am I supposed to believe this?
send out emails to the company warning people who were working there not to leave their desks at 11 a.m. And it was a club that me and my friends started called Swing Club. And the first rule of Swing Club is you do not talk about Swing Club. Okay, so that's my first story.
Okay.
Second story, when I was at school, the school was called Central at the time, I was in an after-school detention with my friend Daniel. And we were the only 2 students left in the school. Most of the teachers had gone home. And so because we were the last 2 in the schools and the only people around were the cleaners, we decided to go into the classrooms. And in those days, they had the old-fashioned mouses on the computer.
Right, yeah.
And on those old-fashioned mouses, they had the big ball, the big grey balls in the bottom.
Yes, I
and you
remember,
would
yeah,
twist
yeah.
the plate and you could take the balls out. So
That's
we
right,
decided
yeah.
to go through as many classrooms as we could, just for a joke, and go up to the teacher's computer, undo the bottom of the mouse and take the balls out. Okay, and then put the bottom back on. So the next morning when the teachers turned up, their mouses wouldn't work and they discovered the ball was missing. And what we decided to do is hide these mouse balls all around the school. The next day, of course, the teachers came in and they found their mouse balls were missing, and they had an assembly saying who has stolen the mouse balls. Well, me and Daniel decided to have a joke about this. We took an A4 sheet of paper and we wrote on there, if you want your mouse balls, you have to search the halls. And what we'd done, we'd hidden the balls all around the school halls. And we left little clues. And of the 11 balls that we stole, 10 were discovered by the teachers, okay, following these clues. We never got caught. This is the first time I'm sharing this. So, you got 3 questions
Oh, no.
regarding each of those stories. You can ask anything you want, and you have to guess which story is true, which story is false. Swing Club is true, or the mouse balls is true. Which one's true, which one's false?
Well, to be honest, knowing you, I could say that both of those could probably be true, to be quite honest, to be
definitely
quite
could.
frank. I'm just really racking my brain right now which one. I'm trying to think if maybe you might have told me one of these stories before, but they don't sound familiar.
I haven't told you any of these.
No, they really
sure.
don't sound familiar. I'm just trying to think what kind of questions I would ask you, really. Okay, like with this Swing Club, like how many people again did you say actually you had in totality at
It
the
started
end of it?
with 2 and then it ended with about
And this
15
was at the
people.
insurance company, wasn't it?
Down the stairwell, it was
This is
three
down the
three
stairwell.
stories, so it was 6 flights of steps. And in the end, most people were swinging the full length of the
I'd
stairs.
say, like, I don't know if I could see that you could get away with that. For how long did it go on for?
All over a month.
I don't know quite how you'd get away with that for over a month somehow, because you're going to have different people walking in and out of that building, up and down, whatever. So that really, I mean, realistically, I doubt very much.
And it created a lot of noise, but we never got
get
heard.
away with that somehow. The mouse thing with the balls. Okay, I can probably see you could get away with that more. I'd say that's more likely.
Okay. Any questions you want to ask me about that?
I would feel that's more likely. I'd be really surprised if I'm wrong, because I know that lots of naughty children, when they go to school and stuff, can get away with some of these little things, and they just sort of end up going on detention somewhere.
Am I
all
the sort of person
disappear.
to get a detention?
I think,
I think
definitely, to be honest, definitely. So I would say I'm going to go with, I don't need to ask any more questions. I would say, I really hope I'm right here, but I think the first one is false and the second one, the ball one, is true.
Okay, so the mouse ball is true. The swing club is false.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the old Roman thing from Gladiator. I'm going to put my thumb like this.
Oh no.
I have a countdown to see whether it's going to go up, whether Nikki is right or whether Nikki is incorrect. Okay, so here we go. So mouse balls is correct.
Mouse balls is correct.
Swing club is incorrect. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nikki was wrong. Swing club was a reality, folks. Yes, swing club happened. The mouse ball story was completely made up. Swing club actually happened. Yeah, it was an insurance company. It started with the two of us. And I can't remember whether it was me. I challenged my friend or he challenged me to swing down a whole flight of stairs. We did it. Told our friends, and they said, "Oh, we want to try that." And then over the period of the next month, it grew and grew and grew until at 11 o'clock, so many people were getting up and walking out. The supervisors and managers of the company didn't have a clue what was going on. We had founded this movement, this swing club movement, where everybody was swinging. And as I said,
how did you get away with it?
I don't know. It caused a lot of noise. It caused a lot of noise because there were 15 people stomping down these stairs.
They obviously didn't care much, did they? The managers and whoever else.
Well, in the end, they sent out emails saying that people are not allowed to leave their desks at 11 o'clock. So swing club continued, but just then with just me and my friend. We couldn't have all 15 of us.
I'm amazed.
So yeah, we had lots of fun. Lots more stories that I could share, true or false, from the insurance world. Okay.
Wow.
Well done. So next week, Nikki is going to be sharing two stories. One is true, one is false. Let's see if you can work out whether Nikki is a liar, pants on fire.
Because I'm not a good liar. I really struggle with.
She's too pure. She's too
innocent. Really not.
She's too easy to read, Nikki. Okay,
I'm going to have to be a very good actress next week.
We're now going to move over to some nutty news.
Woo,
you got a nutty news story to share with us, Nikki.
How have I got a nutty news story? Okay, so this was interesting. Just looking this up last night, actually. An Australian trucker managed to fight off a highly venomous snake whilst doing 70 miles per hour along a busy road.
Wow.
Police in Queensland pulled over the 27-year-old man at around 5 p.m. on the 15th of June because they believed he was speeding. But when questioned, the driver, who gave his name as Jimmy, claimed he had been desperately trying to defend himself against a snake that had got into his truck.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? And you're driving along and then all of a sudden this big snake slithers out somewhere, or like this big tarantula.
I would have skidded to a halt and jumped out. I'd call the police on that.
And yeah, basically, so apparently this eastern brown snake, which is one of the deadliest snakes in the world, because this is Australia, so you've got lots of deadly snakes, lots of deadly things over there, tried to wrap itself around him as he drove along, but he managed to keep it at bay with his seatbelt and a knife, he told the police. So, and then, actually that's the end of that. I was moving on to my other story. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. But yeah, how amazing. I mean, can you imagine that would be like, you'd think that could cause a crash, couldn't it, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to imagine that. Imagine getting and a snake appear.
Yeah.
Deadly snake as well.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a story here that comes from just before the lockdown. And as the lockdown was occurring, a lady in France decided to gather up all of her goods, all of her clothing and things like that, and move into her boyfriend's apartment. And so for the following 3 months during lockdown, she stayed in her boyfriend's apartment. Then after the 3 months, she came back to her apartment. And as she walked into her kitchen, the light wasn't on, but she could see all of these legs all over the kitchen wall. And it absolutely terrified her. Like lots of big spider legs everywhere.
Oh.
When she walked into the kitchen and turned on her light, what she discovered was that she had left a bag of potatoes on the floor. Right? And the roots coming from these potatoes are like 5-6 feet
Yeah,
in length,
they do
and they had
grow
spread
long. They do
all
grow
over the water. It
long.
looked like something, as you said earlier, from like the
sound
Alien
like I
film.
leave my potatoes
It was all
ranges.
pink roots all spread all everywhere. It was like really gross. And if you
Oh.
go onto the Mirror website, you can actually see pictures of what it looked like, and it looks horrific. It really, really does.
Oh, that's like, that reminds me of that film, was it Eight-Legged Freaks or something? When you've got, I mean,
I've not seen that
it's,
one.
it's not, to be honest, sorry, but it's not the best.
Bit of a B movie.
But yeah, it's not the best. But yeah, if you're a bit afraid of fear of spiders, which many people do, you probably wouldn't like watching that. It'd probably creep you out of it.
You want to avoid that one.
Yeah.
We're now going to look at some Holy Ghost gossip, and I believe the topic of today's talk is prayer. Nikki, you're a prayer. Why is prayer important to you?
Prayer, obviously, for a Christian is paramount, because if you're not praying, then you can't really be close to God, can you? Because, you know, as a Christian, you have a relationship with God. So you have a relationship, like if I've got a relationship with you, if I didn't communicate with you, it wouldn't be a very good relationship.
That's true, yeah.
Vice versa, like our relationships with our family and friends. So yeah, prayer is essential as a Christian, and it gives you a deeper connection with God. It draws, you know, you draw closer to him, he draws closer to you, as scripture says.
Yep.
So prayer is brilliant and it's amazing. And actually, when you see answered prayer as well, that's just awesome. And
Really
it's
is,
just, you know, you can't describe it. It's just amazing.
And I love the disciples came to Jesus on one occasion and said, Lord, teach us how to pray. And he said, when you pray, say Our Father. And the Aramaic word there is Abba, which means
Father,
daddy, which is really nice, because God wants us to speak to him and talk to him as our daddy. So it's that kind of that father-son or father-child or father-daughter relationship,
right.
where you're
It's
actually
a
saying
personal
daddy
relationship.
to God, and that's the sort of relationship God wants. He doesn't want that religious relationship,
No.
does he?
No.
That kind of cold, staid,
Yeah.
dry.
Doesn't want religion at all.
He wants us to have that living relationship with him, just
Exactly.
talk to him. I mean, when do you pray? I mean, I often pray just walking around a field.
Yeah, for me, it's like throughout the day. But don't get me wrong, there are times I do like to get up early in the morning and have set time. I like to go into our garage, actually, just because it's kind of like my set little space out the way. I can shut the door, I'm away from everything, and I love doing that, praying in the morning. But generally as well, I like to it's just throughout the day, when you're in the car, whatever you're doing in the home, when you go out to work, in you know, all throughout the day, isn't it, really?
It really is, yeah.
You know.
And as you said, there's nothing really religious about it. You can pray to God when you're in your car, you pray to God when you're walking, you can pray to God in your front room or in your garage, like you said, even in the bath, you can pray to God. And prayer is really, really powerful. And what I've discovered is the more you pray, the more answers to prayer you begin to see, and really miraculous answers. I'm not talking about just coincidences. Like, Lord, maybe you've got a football match on Saturday, Lord, make it a warm day, and then it's a warm day, it's like God answered prayer. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm on about very specific answers, where you're praying about a very specific thing, and, you know, all the odds are against it, and it still happens because God has answered your prayer. And I've seen that countless times in my life.
Definitely, I'm me. I'm me. And it's not coincidence. You just know, because you say it's so specific. And you just know, don't you? When you have a relationship with God, you just know.
Just know. And I remember one person saying that he was talking to his friend who's an atheist, and he says, well, when I pray, God answers prayer. And the atheist turned around and said, well, that's just coincidence. And then the man turned around and said, well, why do coincidences keep on happening when I pray? And when I don't pray, coincidences don't happen. Yeah,
exactly,
that's true, right?
Exactly.
It's like when you pray, things happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will complain, well, I tried praying and it didn't work. Well,
they haven't prayed long enough.
Not
they
prayed,
haven't tried, like Elijah.
It's not like a one-off thing. You got to have a daily relationship with God that you build through Jesus, his Messiah. And as you pray, God answers prayer. But we must remember, like the film Bruce Almighty.
Yes.
If God answered yes to every single one of our prayers,
it
would be chaos on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So God is very wise in the types of prayers that he answers. But I encourage you viewers to pray.
Definitely.
And to do that. Well, brilliant. Let's move on to our viewer competition. I think we mentioned it earlier, Dance Fever.
Woo!
Do you have some serious moves? If you do, please send your short 20-second video clip of your best dance moves, as crazy and as wacky as you want to make them. Send us a 20-second clip and we will choose the very best dance moves and we will show them live on this show on Friday evening. So
Do you
please
think they'd be able to beat Kim?
Can they beat Kimmy? I don't know. Kimmy
No,
was on
Kimmy was pretty good,
the
weren't
Kelly and
Kimmy?
Ryan show
She
in
was
America.
pretty good.
We're going to ask
She
him
really
to,
rocked it over
maybe
there.
re-show that dance moves for this show, the Paul and Nikki show.
Yeah.
And so we'll
Let's
see if Kimmy
compare
will do
and
that for us.
see. Let's see.
Maybe we'll get Jay as well to do the dancing
Yeah,
robot.
that would be
or the
good.
singing
If we
robot.
want you to do that, Mr.
Maybe come
Jay.
on this show and do that. That'd be fantastic.
That would be good.
Well, we're going to finish off now.
Yeah.
And what we've got is the Pie
no.
Face Challenge, okay? The Pie
I'm
Face
really
Challenge,
not looking
week
forward to
after
this.
week.
Oh.
She's already given up. It's fantastic.
No, I'm not actually. I really haven't.
Get some confidence, Nikki.
I'm just playing. I'm just trying to mess you up.
You're just trying
That's
to
what
get
it is.
into my brain.
Yeah, that's right.
A brain worm, a brain maggot.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do. Get in there,
I'm trying to
burrow in there
pretend
with your
that I haven't got the
negative thoughts.
confidence. I'm actually really good.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And each week we're going to have a pie face challenge, and one of us is going to get a custard pie in the face if we lose the challenge. Today I've chosen the challenge. Nikki will choose the challenge next week.
Yes.
And the challenge today is very simple. Basically, we have 2 plates of marshmallows of equal amounts. We have a bowl, and all we have to do is put our hands behind our back, pick up as many marshmallows as we can, put them into the bowl, and the first person to fill their bowl entirely with their marshmallows wins. The loser gets a cream pie in the
Obvious that he's
face.
probably been practicing so much because he hates losing everything, or anything. So
I do. Okay, so let's get on. Okay, so I'm going to reach over to my props. I've got a bowl each. This is to put your marshmallows into.
Yeah.
We have the squirty
little
cream,
fuzzy bees
folks.
on.
We have the squirty cream. I'm going to put that just there.
Great.
We have a plate to put the marshmallows on. You
thank
can
you.
turn that around if you want to. And we will count out. I'm going to be watching you to make sure Nikki doesn't cheat, because she is prone to cheating from time to time, Nikki.
I'm really
Okay, so we're going to see how many marshmallows I've got. So I've got
here we go.
2,
Is this the whole bag?
4,
The whole bag? Yeah.
6,
see. 2,
8,
2,
10,
4,
12. I think 12 will be enough.
10, 12.
Let's go for 12. I'll just pop those on the
Put
wrapper.
them-
There you go.
them
My
in
boys
there
can have
then.
those later on.
Let me just
So we've
check.
got 12, you can
2,
space them
4,
out.
6, 8, 10, 12, yeah.
All right, so
Hang on a minute, I haven't finished.
I was going to get the Bell of Destiny. I haven't got the Bell of Destiny with me, so it was one prop I forgot today. We'll ring the bell. But when I say go,
Hang on, I haven't finished.
are you spreading them out? Okay, get that bowl as close as you can as well. Let me just count. Let me just double check. Okay, Nick has got 12. I've got 12. Let's move my chair out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And hands behind our back, and it is the first person.
1 second.
Okay, just using our mouths, we're going to pick up the marshmallows, drop them into the bowl. The first person to fill their bowl has to shout, "I finished," or something like that. Okay. Okay, on your marks. Get
Can you do
set.
2 at a time or just 1 at a time?
1 at a time.
Right.
Cheater. 1 at a time. And I'm going to be watching this video back as well. Okay. Okay, so on your marks. Get set. Go. Oh. Finish! Yeah! I won! Awesome!
We need to check back on that.
You don't need to
I'm
check
sure
nothing.
I won. I'm
You don't need to
sure
check. I shouted it first.
That is so
Oh, that was so close. That was so close. But it is my privilege this week to win the Pie Face Challenge. So,
This isn't fair.
oh, boy, hey, it's working well.
Well, Steve said he was going to look forward to this. I was like, thanks, Steve. Cheers for
Hey,
that.
Steve's not the only one looking forward to this. Okay, so we're going to count down from 5. Okay, so count down with me, viewers.
Do I get to move?
5, 4, 3. Look it! Oh, Nikki. Look at that. It's just like, oh dear. It's just like a face pack. Okay, so amazing. See you next week, viewers. Same place, same time. Friday night. Friday night.
Friday night.
7 p.m. Have a fantastic
Yay,
week.
bye.
Join you again at the Paul and Nikki Show. See you later. Bye.